Well, talking about engines, we have developed 3 entirely new engines for the new Panamera. On the one hand, we've got the Panamera 4S, which is a 2.9-liter twin-turbo engine, hot side inside, 440 horsepower and 550 newton meters. Then we've got the Panamera 4S diesel, which is a 4-liter V8 twin-turbo engine with sequential turbocharging. Now this engine delivers an output of 422 horsepower and 850 newton meters of torque. And then we've got the Panamera Turbo, also an entirely new developed 4-liter V8 twin-turbo engine, hot side inside as well, output 550 horsepower, torque 770 newton meters. What's also new is our 8-speed PDK gearbox, and here once again the basic development goal was the same, namely to further widen the spread. That was clearly the development goal, which this transmission also achieves. On the one hand, we wanted to further reduce the shifting times in terms of sportiness. On the other hand, we wanted to increase the shifting comfort to a level which had been unknown for PDK gearboxes in the past. Clearly, the goal was to bring the shifting comfort up to the level of converter-type transmissions. And with that gearbox, we've been able to reduce the power loss, that is the internal resistance, by 28%. And of course, the key question certainly is, what is the driving performance which these engines deliver in the new Panamera? Now here you've got the overview. These are the key performance ratings. The Panamera 4S has made great steps forward in all categories compared to the predecessor. Just look at the acceleration from 0 to 100 in 4.2 seconds. That's 0.3 seconds faster than in the predecessor. What's also entirely new in the Panamera is the 4S diesel. So it's the first time for us to offer a diesel engine in the S segment, delivering an output of a torque of 850 newton meters, accelerating the car from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.3 seconds, and that makes it currently the fastest series production diesel car in the world. You can see top speed 285 kilometers per hour. And the top speed of the Panamera Turbo has been increased to 306 kilometers per hour. Certainly what's most impressive about that engine is the experience during acceleration. In 3.6 seconds from 0 to 100, that really gives you a lasting experience if you start or if you launch the car with the help of launch control. And driving performance also takes me to the next key element of my presentation, that is the different driving modes available on the Panamera. And for that purpose I'd like to start with the Sport Response button, which you can find at the center of the mode switch on the steering wheel, and if you push that button, which we're going to see in a minute in a video clip, then all of the components of the vehicle are set to maximum performance. The gearbox shifts down by up to 5 gears, and the vehicle responds very directly to the throttle, and that's the optimum setup, for example, for overtaking on a country road, which is what we're now seeing in this video on the screen. There's a slower vehicle ahead, you push the Sport Response button, and then you can smoothly overtake that vehicle. As of 90 kilometers per hour, the rear vehicle is expanded on all Panameras, and after 20 seconds this mode gets deactivated, and you can also deactivate it by pushing the button once again within those 20 seconds. Around the Sport Response button we've got the mode switch, allowing you to select 4 different programs: Normal, Sport, Sport Plus and Individual. And the widest spread regarding vehicle dynamics, performance and comfort can be experienced between the two programs, Normal and Sport Plus. Now let me start by talking about the normal mode. Now, here the Panamera is all set for maximum comfort. Comfortable shifting, the characteristic accelerator pedal line has also been geared towards maximum comfort, and all of the three chambers of the air suspension are activated in that mode, and also the damping characteristic is set for maximum comfort. Well, then you select the sport mode. Now the engine will respond more directly, shifting times are shorter, and there's also now throttle blipping available for downshifting. Only two chambers of the air suspension system are active, and damping is now also a bit stiffer. And then we've got the performance mode, which is Sport Plus. Gearbox and the engine both respond even more directly, and you've got very quick shifting operations, and only one chamber of the air suspension system is active. The dampers are set to very stiff, and what's also very highly visible is that the front is lowered by 28 millimeters and the rear by 20 millimeters, which further increases the drag and has got a positive impact onto the aerodynamic behavior of the car. And this is also the mode that we selected when we set that record of 7 minutes and 38 seconds on the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Now, apart from the drive systems and the chassis setups, of course, the chassis plays the most important role in order to achieve such new levels. Now we've got a newly developed double wishbone front axle and a multi-link rear axle, and also a highly precise electromechanical steering system. And in addition to that perfect mechanical basis, we have implemented a whole range of chassis systems in the car. That's the three-chamber air suspension system, that's the Porsche Active Suspension Management System, that is damper control, the dynamic chassis control system, and the rear axle steering. Well, all of these systems offer a wide range of possibilities of setting the chassis, and now what is the most innovative feature of this chassis is now what we call the 4D chassis control, which is installed as a standard. It's a central chassis controller and coordinator which in real time simulates the driving situation of the vehicle in each situation, and then selects the optimum setup of all components. So in the past, every subsystem just calculated its own optimum configuration, but now this coordinator selects the optimum setup for all of the components together. And that results in the unbelievable performance of that car in this segment, but at the same time, at the push of a button, you will also have an excellent cruising comfort. And all of this is available in just one single car and can easily be activated by just pushing a button.